Hello friends, this is Yazan, and I make music, and sometimes I make music videos. I would like to tell you about this particular music video that I made for a song that I wrote, and it's called You and Me. First, the music was recorded, and it's a mix of orchestral music and jazz instruments and more. But for the video, which I would like to tell you about, I was using a well-known technique, and it's called stop motion. So for example, you take a still picture and you move your subject and you take another picture. You keep taking pictures over and over and over and over again until you put them together and you have your subject moving. This was one of the first results after playing with clay, and it's a snake. Great. First and foremost comes the music. To me, music exists in an independent world and time of its own, creating time within time and reality within reality, expressing the subjective while simultaneously reflecting the objective, and perhaps even altering and transforming one realm by influencing the other. And likewise, great art can achieve the same effect. But if you think I'm using fuzzy words to woo you, to sound deep and make things complicated, take a look at children. They understand this intuitively, and they play those games all the time. In fact, they are the masters of their imagination. So, did you lose yours by becoming an adult? Or are you afraid of exploring it? Don't be. But let's get back to puppets. There's something beautiful, magical, and pure about them. As if puppets can be a metaphor for real people without being real themselves. But how is that possible? Do they experience time, space, and reality? Do they have feelings like we do? Yes, they do. But only once you're connected to them. They do come fully alive in you. If you project your own reality into things, they indeed come alive. And the more things come from the imagination, the more they seem real. Believe you fly with seagulls, they will appear beside you. Imagine the ocean, a symphonic emotion, crashing the sand with salt and blue, and the waves will emerge, surrounded by sounds, carrying you. For a very professional puppet makers, and I'm definitely not one of those invest countless hours, weeks, and months into their craft. They know the immense labor and attention to detail it demands. So when an artist decides to make his art, he is somehow subconsciously already involved and deeply. Even without him realizing it, the artist is committed to make his art better than himself. As if this was a way for him to surpass himself, to manipulate reality perhaps. And why not? And that's because, unlike the real world, in the imagination, everything is possible. What I mean is that if the artist, or the puppet maker in this case, is sad, let's say, he can make his puppet happy. If he's lazy, crazy, mad, depressed, whatever, he will craft a puppet and try to make the puppet courageous, hardworking, and perfect, and perhaps ideal. But isn't that exactly what all art is all about? Isn't this the essence of all art? To create an illusion that transcends reality and truth, that is freer and richer and more interesting than the real world. Yes, art is more beautiful than truth and reality. And this isn't despite its lies and its imperfections, but rather because of them. Artistic creativity is fundamentally human, and it is the embodiment of human spirit. AI, or general AI, will never replace it. AI can compete and surpass the craft and the craftsmanship part of the art, but not the human experience of it. What makes an artistic creation human and beautiful and valuable is the very fact that it was made by a human. And yes, the feelings in a general deep sense are what we are all about. I made those characters with my own hands. I sculptured their faces, their clothes, their hairs, and then I animated them to act, to sing, to dance, to smile, and then to fall in love. That took so much work and time, probably over 5,000 pictures that I took, not to mention the endless technical other things that I went through to complete this project. But that exactly was the meaning and the joy of it all. Even if I had an AI software to do this for me in 10 minutes, let's say, I wouldn't do it. I would rather tell it to fuck off. I even thought about their deaths, their fate, their destiny. I thought to let them melt away by the fireplace. Aren't they a representation of human characters? Then they should have their deaths and destiny too. But honestly, I couldn't do it. And yes, of course, I still have them here in my bookshelf, looking at me and whispering. Art is the lie that tells the truth. Who said that? Some people say Pablo Picasso said it. Anyway, it is true. Pinocchio wanted so deeply to become a real boy, to taste the full spectrum of the human emotions and experiences. That was his ultimate dream. It seemed to me when I was writing this song and working on the music video that, unlike Pinocchio, I wanted to be a real puppet made of clay. Why? Well, because I can. Because I'm sick of this fucking world and its reality. Maybe I just wanted to escape out of myself, you know, or to just experience how it feels to be made out of clay, asymmetrically shaped, with vibrant colors, funny looking, and moving awkwardly in a stop-motion manner, but then melted by heat. Wow. Or sitting on a bookshelf. Yeah, why not? But free, completely free, unconditionally free, out of reality, and fully immersed in an imaginary, dreamy, clay-made musical world. It's cold outside and the snow is falling, the earth is white and the moon is scalding. The birds will not sleep and the music will keep the lights for you and me. 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 So this is gonna be 129, the BPM.
Okay, perfect.
3/4.
Thank you.
And you can sing in Arabic, right?
I can try.
If you're an Arab native and you speak Arabic, you're probably wondering, why the heck am I speaking in English in the first place? Well, guess what?
When Yazan AL Hajari was a conservatory student in Damascus, his days were filled with classical music. Then came the Syrian uprising in 2011.
And then when the revolution started in Syria, I had to make a decision about what to choose.
He chose the revolution, both politically and musically, and he wrote this song. He says it's a satirical criticism of Syria's leaders. Al Hajari was detained a few times for speaking out against the Syrian regime, so after uploading the song to YouTube in 2012, he escaped to Lebanon.
مين عاد بيكتب الأغاني وبيلحنهم؟
يزن الهجري.
يزن كلمات الأغاني غريبة كتير مش شوي.
الآن ليش يعني أو ليش غريب؟
إيه ليش يعني الكلمات غريبة شوي.
بجرب يحكي واقع أوقات يمكن أساسا الموجود هو الأغرب إذا بتشوفي يعني الموجود الكوميرشال أنا برأيي هو الغريب. طبعا ما حدا غريب إلا الشيطان بالأخير بس الغريب أكثر هو الموجود.
All my fellow Arabs already think that I'm crazy.
بس الكوميرشال والتجاري مطلوب يعني ومرغوب إذا بدك أكثر.
So I thought of speaking in English, where being crazy is the norm today. I mean, what do I tell them? That I was thinking about being a puppet? To experience time within time and reality within reality.
وانت ذكرت يمكن بعض الاسماء، يعني ذكرت بيكاسو، ذكرت بعض يعني الاسماء الفنيه، وانا شايف برضو وراك، يعني احنا عشان شايفينك كمان فشايف وراك برضو يعني حاطط صور لشخصيات تاريخيه ولها تاثير كبير في الفن. تاثير الشخصيات دي عليك؟
هيدي الشخصيات أنا عايش فيها، عايش معها يعني.
كنا نحكيو على يزن الهجري، شو نظرته للفن للموسيقى بصفة عامة؟
يعني هلا في بعض الناس بيقولوا مجنون، بس هو حقيقة أنا مجنون.
في قضية أنت بتتكلم عليها، أهمية تواجد الفن في مسألة القضايا وتأثير كمان القضايا عليك أنت شخصيا ورسالتك في الفن من خلال القضايا.
مش محضر غني والله. Strange things, I kept my heart closed.
I locked my feelings, the time has stopped. When I saw you smiling and nothing else, I'd rather see when you're with me. I touch the light, your hands on mine, they feel so right. My lonely days and lonely nights are gone since you left music in me.
Let's do that again.
You left music in me.
Music in me.
Bring that melody. It's cold outside and the snow is falling. The earth is white and the moon is scalding. The birds will not sleep and the music will keep the lights for you and me. Come with me tonight and let's fall in magic. Life is a love song you can't hear with logic. Love is a ping pong. You'll be weak, you'll be strong, but the lights will set you free. Yeah, I don't know. And I can always come back to reality though. So why not be a puppet for a while? Reality will always be there. And when you decide to become a puppet, and that's no easy decision, remember, you will have all the benefits, and that includes the romance, the beautiful dates, the kissing, the dancing, the rendezvous, and you know the rest. Who could stop you? When everyone is asleep, you can laugh and smile and dance and run. But remember, when you see a human, to freeze. Do not talk, do not laugh, do not move, or say anything. You have complete freedom and no worries to worry about. But you're just made of clay. You wake up all nights and you sleep all day when there is no one to see you and nothing to say.